in their own rooms. So it's kind of hard to wrap a chair if you can't grip it.
Okay.
That's usually what I do.
One more here. That's right. I'm moving this shit for you.
Oh, Jeff, say what's up. This is Jeff.
Jeff.
I met Jeff, one of the most famous band drummers.
I know.
Right? Oh gosh, look at this place. You could tell I don't think he was that famous, but he was for sure successful. He hasn't played anything yet, but maybe we can get him to play some of us before the move's over. You can play something, Jeff?
I'll play something later. Name a DW. Show him the DW set. He'll know. If he plays drums, he knows what they are.
Okay.
That's all right.
Party foul. DW. And I believe it was due to the mass information boom that happened, especially with technology, kids having iPhones at a younger age. So I was like, I'm not surprised they pulled like a four horsemen.
Yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. Don't even believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe things ain't true until you know. Because look, when I show you this, if I can't find it, it's gonna piss me off. There's this whole thing. It's gonna show you all of the different parts of the in their pictures.
Yeah, it's like the fact that there's so much about history we don't know.
Look at this.
Or
Look at this.
people
Look at
want
this.
to deny it.
They took these pieces, right? And now this piece right here, that's sticking through there. Now what that would do is if you set it upright and you moved it around and you could find all the pieces, boom, and then here.
But like,
see that? Now you don't know, and then see the thing is,
I think it projected the information onto
projected
like
from space. Man, they had it off. Look at these pieces.
Looks complex.
It's complexity. That's not even getting to the word of it. You know, it's like
look ears.
Yeah, see, and look at this. But see all those little teeth. If they don't have them, some of the teeth, they don't need them all, because they can say, okay, if it took this many teeth to get from here to here, then if you come around to that same spot, then how many did it take? It took XX amount. So bottom line, look at that. They found this stuff in the bottom of the ocean. This is all the way.
This must have been from like the first flood.
This is probably
that was like
about
before maybe the first flood.
Well, you know what the first flood? Okay, let me ask you what you think the first flood is, because you know what a flood is. A flood's something you don't know where it is or how it is, or you can't see anything else. In other words, you turn the TV on, you can see a flood no matter where it is. But back in those days, only floods you knew about were the floods you saw, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. You know, Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark, okay, Noah's Ark.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing.
Yeah. So you're referencing Noah's Ark, okay? So how many people died?
They said majority of the world was cleansed, but that's only because that's what they knew and what they saw.
That's what they said. You know what I mean? But you don't believe that. And the thing is, you want to tell me that you believe that the whole Old Testament, the entire Old Testament's about killing all the kids, babies, everybody in the world, and then they come back, and then all of a sudden there's Jesus, there's Christ, and He's got His people, and everything. So it's so hard and complex to be able to figure out what anybody did because there's too much.
Well,
I still believe the earth grows.
With the whole Christian, religion in general. Is my thing.
But Christianity is different.
If you look at Christianity, so what's God's name?
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yeah, my name is Yaudin, which means God heard.
So Yahweh was the son of El. His brother is Baal.
What was the brother's name?
El. That's why it's Israel, Michael. I think El. There was a pantheon, a Canaanite pantheon. El was the supreme god of the pantheon. His son was Yahweh, brother was Baal. Yahweh was a storm and war god. That's why in the Old Testament he was kind of cruel. He laid waste to cities.
Oh yeah, like when I read Enoch and stuff like that.
So then,
and the Jubilee.
There was this all the kingdoms of Canaan. All worship basically a different god.
Right.
And then I forget what, I think it was like that would be about 5,000 years ago. Yahwehism came around and they consolidated the gods and made Yahweh and El basically the same person. That's why he also says you won't worship any god before me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
So-
Because he didn't say you couldn't know about them or learn about them, but it was like basically what I put together was I am still them.
Well, he
it's
also-
just like
Yeah,
they see you and it's like you're just doing my job. You're like a specialty compared
Yeah.
to being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Well,
Or seems
also
jack of all
he
trades.
so there's also acknowledgement that the Greek pantheon existed.
Yeah.
And
At
Sure.
the same time, for sure,
At the
but
same-
that still
because he
And that's
goes,
where
he
they
goes
think
down to
separate.
And that's
Hades. He
when
goes
they
down
think
to
the computers,
Hades.
these computer things.
yeah.
Because they used to go down and get the sponge. They go on these sponge docks, and they go down even here in Florida. They go down and get the sponges. When they're down there, they'd find these computers, these
Wow.
pieces of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes.
I think that's why
when
marriage is so important because
Jesus-
it puts you into like a
when
brings you
Jesus
extra close.
goes down into Hades
Mm-hmm.
to free the souls, he speaks to Hades and tells him to release the souls.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually speaking to the god of the underworld of the Greek pantheon
Yeah.
to let them go.
Yeah. It's
But
true.
but the thing is, when I was learning about it though, Hades was guarding babies.
Yes.
Well, no, he was also.
So that was like before you were born.
No, he was also releasing the souls that
We're damned.
like how they said that
So the souls outside of
can't-
Eden.
You cannot all the people who were born and died before Jesus came around,
Mm-hmm.
they automatically basically
Just
free souls
came
and went to heaven.
Oh,
Right?
okay,
Because
yeah.
they can't be blamed.
Well,
Because they
yeah.
technically weren't around
Yeah.
when he died and all this stuff, right?
Well, it's
so
just like-
he went and had them all released.
Mm-hmm.
All the people were released from Hades and went to
Yeah. I mean,
Straight to heaven though.
Yeah, well, straight up, because technically,
Because
the first
remember
time,
they started talking about reincarnation.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, people would come back, and you come back blank, right, with like a blank slate,
Yeah.
and you find yourself and become yourself again.
But then you gotta
from
remember-
Earth, and then you go.
Yeah, but y'all gotta remember, religion.
That'd be
When
something.
you get into religion, the thing you gotta worry about is, they say there's your if you're religious, you're the what you call it, like you said earlier, you
Conformer.
you call them like you have Jews, then you have
Specialists.
no the what you call it group. You just said
Zionists.
no,
you
well, no, the what you call it group. I'm Christians.
Christians.
Yeah, Christians. Christians. There's so many Christian different
Denominations.
denominations. This and the other. But here's the thing: you just gotta remember. You just gotta remember. You gotta keep everything in your own minds. You know, how you think, how you think things could happen. Because if you really, I mean, some things I think are right on, dead on. Some things I'm not too sure. But you know what though? The thing that gets you, that I'll give you one to take home and think about. The three wise men, the three kings. Think about that. These guys were so fucking smart. They were so smart that they knew where to find
Jesus.
the baby.
Yeah.
They knew where to find the baby. They knew where the baby. If you ask right now, they'd tell you where it is. They'd tell you where it is right now.
Yeah, like I had a scary moment one time when I first moved here. I just got the job. You guys ever heard of Devro? Devro X?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the way to work, I tried not to take the same way to work all the time, but I
Yeah.
started taking the same way to work because
Yeah.
I was carpooling. And then I started seeing like the activists with the
Yeah.
with the signs on my way to work.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh no.
And then
I
guess
was like,
what?
what's
And then
going
guess
on?
what? Some of the hospitals around here had the Devereaux. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
three more things. So, hell wasn't even brought up until the Middle Ages, when
Right.
the Catholic Church was trying to get money from people.
Right.
So they basically told
And
you.
then that's when they were instilling fear. It was like
And
fear
so-
after death.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people were like, oh, I'll die and then I'll come back, start over, or I'm just dead. And people
second
were
thing.
fine with that, so they would live
What's
their
the other
lives.
tip? What's the other tip?
Second thing, when you brought the three wise men, when the three wise men were going to go see the baby Jesus.
Yeah.
This was before they brought back hell or after they brought back hell?
No, this is the story of the three wise men.
Yeah.
Right. So the three wise men go, and on their journey they grab the things to give to baby Jesus. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Sacrifices.
Dates were being harvested.
Sense.
Who?
Dates. The fruit.
Dates.
And saint. And what do you call what do you call the things that smell like Catholic churches? The guy goes through the church with the stuff.
It's one of the 3 gifts that they gave Jesus.
Scents. It was a scent.
Incense.
Incense. It was an incense.
Myrrh.
It was something used for
myrrh.
incense.
He got it. Myrrh.
Dates are not harvested in December.
Yeah.
It's actually early fall. The reason why they put the birth of Christ in December 25th is because it actually falls on the Germanic winter solstice, which is the most important day of the year for Germanic people.
And Germanic people are always like kind of educationally advanced.
A fourth thing. So Santa Claus riding across the night sky with his 8 reindeer.
Is that like the star that they used to find Jesus?
All 8 of them. No. They're all
Odin.
Jesus, the depiction of Odin as an old white man with a beard is actually Odin.
Right.
With him riding across the night sky is the wild hunt, and his 8 reindeer is the 8-legged horse Sleipnir.
Sleipnir.
Yeah, his horse had 8 legs. So basically, that also happened on the 25th of December.
Oh, so that's why
a lot of Catholic or Christian holidays are actually stolen and manipulated Germanic holidays because they used it to Christianize Europe. Another thing is you brought up the Quran.
Correct.
So the Quran, a lot of Muslims will turn around and say that the word of God cannot be corrupted. Right?
Yeah.
But
they're referencing Muhammad though.
Yeah, but they'll turn around and then also say
because
that Jesus was a prophet. He was the Son of God, but was a prophet, and the Bible is true. Just corrupted. But Muslim will tell you that the word of God cannot be corrupted.
I think when they made it definitive,
if the Bible is true, the Quran has to be false.
Why?
Because if the Bible is true, the Quran can't be true.
Why?
Because the Bible says that the prophet, God's prophet, is Jesus, not Muhammad. And there's a lot of things that are said in the Muhammad that contradict the Bible.
I thought the Bible had multiple prophets.
No, Jesus was the prophet. He was the Son of God, and his prophet.
Then I heard that someone said that you never hear Jesus talk about the Bible.
Yes, because the Bible was not written
till after Jesus. Yeah.
He was written by his disciples.
His disciples and his followers.
And there's a lot of books that actually are written by multiple people that weren't put in the Bible.
Yeah, but then that's where the argument comes from. It's like
there's the book of Adam.
Is Jesus a prophet, or is Jesus God, or is Jesus Son of God due to God intervention?
But see, that also says where Muslims will say that Jesus isn't the Son of God. Well, if the Bible is true, then he is the Son of God, which makes the Quran false.
Yeah, in that one little tidbit, which is,
but I mean,
it's just iffy, you know. Like, I remember
who wrote the Quran. If Muhammad was
the Quran references the people who wrote it. Yeah, it does. And when you meet Islamic people, they often
Muhammad wrote it.
They often
They always say that Muhammad wrote the Bible or the Quran, but then references that other people wrote it. I need to mark that right there. Go out. They're like, no, you're good. Left, and they're like, here, go take this. Go get the prescription filled. You'll be fine. Now, I get to the thing and I see the prescription. I'm figuring it's going to be like $200-300.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're good.
You're good. You're done. Now,
you're done.
Check this out now, though.
It's because it's all covered by your taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you work there, okay?
I struggle with explaining people that with solar. I'm like,
you should have a list.
Covered by
taxes.
We all do.
We all have lists as you go down, and one says Social Security, one says federal income. Here it's not state. You don't have state.
Yeah, we don't have state in Florida.
Yeah. So anyway, but anyway, you got all these things, right? Yeah. But check this out. This is the thing that'll blow your mind. When you got to church, whether you are in that church or not, you got to pay money to. You pick the church if you want.
That's if you're in Germany. That's if you're Catholic.
No. if you're Catholic, it's got to go to the Catholic Church. But if it's any other, if it's Methodist, if it's Protestant, if it's any of these other ones, you still got to pay some. No, not anymore.
Not anymore. That's why. That's
I still know what you're talking about.
The only reason why
that was a different. But they actually took the money out of your pay. I don't know how much it was, but they take it out
and give it directly to the church.
Give it to the church.
If you were Catholic, it was like 40% of your income.
It was ridiculous.
40%.
30 to 40%.
Yeah,
of your
well, that's
income.
because Jesus was saving you.
The only thing that the only thing you got from that was a plot.
Yeah.
And the priest coming and blessing your
when you die.
Whole sacrament. But the whole and the reason why a lot of Germans were willing to pay that on top of it being Catholic and stuff, and they saw it as here they call it tidings.
Yeah, tidings.
In Germany, it's automatically done. There's not a lot.
So you don't have to actually go to church.
No, you don't have to go, but you don't pay.
But you're still already like connected through your money.
If you don't pay, you don't get a plot.
No.
What do you mean you don't get a plot?
When you die.
When you die.
When you die.
When you die, you don't get a plot. So you basically the only thing your option is cremation.
Well, see, that's the other thing. Yeah,
in Jamaica, everyone's kind of born on their property.
Sure.
Buried on their property.
Sure.
Yeah. I want to be buried. As I was like, if I get a big land and say I do it in America, I want to do like a tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
And then everyone else's
tree
tree
moving
moving
forward.
things.
And you've read the thing where 90 degrees in the shade, so hot in the shade. And that was what's his name? I'll tell you his name in a second. And anyway, and then Yellow Man, I'm always thinking he's going to be dead every next time I see him. Because he's got that albino skin. And
that's scary.
And then
when I see a white person that's having a yellow, I'm worried.
They need to worry because what happens? You know what happens to them, don't you?
No. Skin cancer.
Because think about it, man. You're not supposed to be that light.
You're not supposed to be that white. Like from
nobody is.
When I learned and doing the math and the science and even connecting with God, like those people who turn white, that's usually someone who has privilege enough to not be outside, right? And there was a thing with like Europeans with the cold.
Sure.
They were like trapped from the sun along, and they were also living in the caves, the cave people thing. If you get deep into it, you'll find it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And that's where cannibalism became normalized.
The Ice Age and the top 30-40% of the world was covered in ice.
5,000 years ago. Babylonians, Sumerians, all these different groups of people. But then, when they came down into the deserts, and then they got over towards different places, they'd show up at these places and try to help people down there in the deserts.
And guess
what they had? Guess what they had? Ice. And you said, where the fuck did they get ice from?
Underground.
Partly. The other part was they had certain chemicals. And these chemicals
would freeze the water.
You've heard of dry ice.
So dry ice has been around for a while, way longer than we think. And then we charge crazy amounts for it now.
I mean, we charge
even though it's been known for so long. Well, like it's new or something.
Yeah, you believe.
They had batteries. They had they jarred things, and
I know like the crank.
They say
the crank
stuff.
They
said that,
I never heard of batteries in all my
how
research.
Native Americans came across this Bering Straits across the land bridge.
Yeah.
They're saying no. Actually, they're finding proof that Native Americans have been around in North America for the past 130,000 years.
If you go in my room in there and you
like
see
if you go to like Ethiopians in Africa, they're like black. They still have the same smooth skin, the oily hair.
Yeah.
They said slavery was what messed up our hair and made it start being like dry, nappy. Because oily hair is like it's natural.
Well, actually though, you get the people that come up out of down below, and came up across, and you had the I'm Sicilian.
Okay.
Sicilian. Well, where's the Sicilians come from?
Italy.
We were black. We were not white.
Yeah.
By nobody's.
And the Quran actually tells you how you go from black to white.
Yeah. And which God? I'll think of it in a second. It's like so many things that you can think of at one time. But you actually do. You come up out of there, and they would rape all the women. They would do what they want. You gotta
breed, but that's like more animalistic.
Yeah. Well, they did that.
Like that's when we were like dumber as people.
Well, this is what they did. You came up, and you either went up in towards Europe, or you came up and you went over towards Iran. You take the word, move it the right way. It means white. Aryan.
Aryan.
Thing.
Oh, it means white.
Okay, so you come up around. Next thing you know, you're leaving Iran. And you're coming across into Germany. You're coming across Germany into the jungles, right? Comes across the jungles into London, all those places. Next thing you know, you're coming across. Next thing you know, you're in the United States. You're in the United States, right? You're on the East Coast. Next thing you know, you're going across, killing all the Indians, killing everybody. Indians, there wasn't that many Indians. Yeah, there was. There was millions.
They said that when the largest city in the world, even after Paris was founded, it was a city that had several 100,000 in there, was still in the United States. It was around Ohio, Indianapolis. The largest city in the world was in North America. It was a Native American city.
Yeah.
And they found lumber that came from California and Arizona in the city.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
And when
That's
the first
crazy.
explorers sailed across the coast of the United States, they said they looked over and it was just smoke around there from all the bonfires and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a
From
plague.
because they burned it.
Well, the
No,
biggest
it wasn't because they were settlements. Villages, towns.
the biggest fire in the world still running right this minute up in West Virginia and Virginia. They can't put it out. There's no way to
it's
put it
still
out.
running
For thousands of years.
But they said there was a plague that
I gotta go there now.
there was a plague that ran through the United States, killed off like 80% of the Native American population, and they said that if
that's what it teaches you about the
if
Four
that
Horsemen.
plague had not taken out the Native Americans, the United States could not have been founded.
Wow.
Because there would have been millions of Native American
People that
fighting.
would dominate
We
the
would
population.
have been fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years do you think we've had computers? About. Just throw a number out there.
Wait, it's 2020, 30. Publicly, it's like 30, 40 years.
30, 40 years?
So then-
Well, that's digital computers. You had analog computers before that.
But
Is analog the green and black screen?
But
No,
any of them.
analog is switches and levers.
But any of them, but they changed it. And then you had before that, you had some other things where you move beads and but they had computers along the way, right? But I mean, actual computers. Probably about 5,000 years.
Yeah,
Look, see this? They found these down in the floor of the ocean. Check it out what they do. Check out what they do. They take and go down in there.
Oh, that looks like your eyeball.
Yeah, I know. Well, check it out. What they do is they get these different pieces of, you'll freak out on this. I showed this to I go show my doctors all the time. They love it. I'm a doctor. The Khazar Empire, right? The Khazar Empire, right?
Okay.
Then right here, there's the Khazar, there, right the area. Then what they did was they went over.
Before they went to Gaza.
Then they went over to a bunch of these people went over to Israel, right?
Well, Israel is down here.
Yeah, well, see what happens is what they went and did was they didn't want to go to certain places, so they said, well, rather than go there, we'll go. Here's Afghanistan, right?
Yeah.
So in there, Caspian Seas, all this different Persian Gulf. Then you get all the way over here to Iraq, and you keep on going that way.
Yeah,
Keep
then
on
you have Israel.
And then next thing you know, then
Egypt,
and then everybody would say Jews were slaves. No, they weren't. They went up half the year, came down half the year because the water's only there.
And the grass. If you look at it now and you look at the grass and the dryness, it's like, what are you arguing about?
Yeah.
You have to,
Well, they're saying that the Jews were.
But then I see how you put the oil. And there's low key probably oil under all that, and that's what's making them like
Let me tell you,
want to keep the land. But thanks to the EVs, it's like, well, you're not. That's not even that profitable anymore. Like you can survive off of using that stuff.
If you look at
but when it comes to greed,
Egypt, right?
Who knows?
Crete, you got Syria, you got Samaria, and all those areas.
Mm-hmm. I'm in a girl named Samaria.
But everybody acts like, oh, we just haven't. No, they were made that the Egyptians made them slaves. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you look, they actually say that the Israelites were warriors that were actually worked with. They were part. the Pharaoh used the Israelites as
Yeah.
like special forces soldiers.
But the Khazars were all the way over by Germany, and they had a choice to become either they could become that, or they could become like two other things. They had a choice of like three things they could be. If you want to be this, you can be that.
Do that.
You can be this, do that, right? And people are like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Well, you know what? A lot of shit don't make sense.
Yeah. You gotta make something out of nothing. That's how we got here.
Yeah, exactly. This thing would have been worth. If only, Mr. Jackaline, you would have put a pool in it. I said, well, let me tell you a little story, pal. I'll tell you where I'd be if I put a pool in this. I'm at about $1.3 million right now. I'll tell you where I'd be. I'd be at $1.5 million, $1.6 million right now because that's a pool's gone up. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's about $100,000 for a pool. Easy.
Oh, easy. Listen to this.
The pool industry was booming in Tampa when I lived there for a while.
Oh man, well, see now, right about now, if you go over to Tampa or any of those places over there, Captiva, any of those places where they had that big storm last year, not one person's gotten paid yet. But here's the deal: the difference between me and them is if I don't pay, nothing happens to me. I just fix it and move on my way because I don't pay insurance. I laugh at them. They call me up.
Yeah.
The guy called me up just the other day. I called this morning.
I get renter insurance ads every day.
Well, here's what it is. When they call you up and they say, Mr. Jackaline, your insurance. It's up to about $10,000 now. Really? It is.
They want $1,000 a month.
I said, yeah. So check it out. So I said, well, I'm not paying it, so too bad. And he goes, what do you mean? No. You understand? You gotta pay it. You gotta pay it.
You gotta pay it. The worst is gonna happen.
The waves are coming. They're coming.
They're coming. The flood's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, right? So I told him, I said, no, I don't.
Even though everyone's love you, for some reason, someone's gonna rob you. Even though everyone loves you.
Everybody is. Everybody. Especially my house. As many women say, this is the, go here first. Save a lot of people a lot of money. So anyway, sure enough, he called me up again. He said, give you one last call, warn you. He goes, the banks are gonna come out. I said, let me tell you something. I'm the bank. You fucking idiot. I'm the freaking. He goes, well, how do you figure you're the bank? I said, I just told you. Did I just tell you I was the bank? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I'm the bank then. And he goes, that ain't the way it works. He goes, I said, have you ever read a book on the Federal Reserve or anything else? I said, call them up, ask them who the bank is. They'll tell you I am. And he says, that's not even funny. You're funny, Mr. Jackaline. You're funny.
But it's your money. They're putting your money into an account. Maybe they're growing it.
Get out of here. I said, and you and your buddy both, don't come back here no more.
That's when I was selling insurance.
Huh?
That's why I stopped. I tried selling insurance for a little bit.
No,
but it was a battle. Like unless they were already ready to file a claim, it was hard to get them to pull the trigger on it.
See, here's the thing. You don't have to have it unless you don't own your home.
Oh, but this home's paid off.
Yes.
Yeah. What is he? He's selling you on nothing. He was trying to get you to pay your mortgage when you could just kept your mortgage.
He was trying to double my mortgage. That's what he was trying to do. And you know what? I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it. Nah. I felt weird not doing it. I felt sad. I said, damn, I cut the guy out of all that money.
Notice how his voice changed at the end, right? His tonality changed. He remembered that in reality, though, this is a very smart man, that money works by it being recycled, right? It's a system. Money doesn't work without us as people. And things like insurance, health insurance, food, all that is actually factored into all of our individually hourly pays and salaries, right? So that's why he said it made him feel weird and why he felt like he took away that money, because that's the reason why he gets so much money.
The only thing you have to do is sign and date there for me.
And pay the insurance.
And pay the insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was already included in the price.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Then this is irrelevant. This is a responsibility disclaimer, so...
Oh, do I get to take driving the truck around? Get to drive the truck around for a while?
I wish I could, but
No, that's insurance.
That's the insurance. That's the insurance. They're waiting.
so
They're like, you
I
let
just
someone
need
else
you-
drive? File the claim.
I
Nope,
just
nope,
need an
nope.
initial by each one right here, and then sign.
Okay,
You can go ahead. You can go ahead and read it.
no, what does I go?
Basically, all household goods have been packed, have been requested. Everything's been padded. You've removed all valuables.
You took my $100 million. He took my $100 million. That's right here.
Right there.
I took it. It's not coming
I
back.
took it, gave it to
I
the other guy.
deposited it already.
Yeah, it already been deposited. Was a fool. Should have kept it. Never put it in it with with the people in the bank. And,
Yeah.
But everything's been everything that's been.
So would check us off?
Initial it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then,
Ordered in the customer.
customers removed all valuables as far as monies and stuff.
Yeah, matter of fact, I tell you what, this morning, believe it or not, my wife did leave something on the bed, and she asked me. I said, no, it's not there anymore. She goes, why? Where is it? I said, honey, you left it there. I put it away. You know? I always love
What did you do with it?
Yeah.
I always love messing my girl like
That's
that.
like it's like Chris Rock, you know. I always try to pull
Like
Chris
Chris
Rock
Rock?
on. I go, what? What? You left it on the table? What? You damn kidding. Destination.
I'm still trying to break my girl into jokes.
Yeah, she don't get it?
She don't get it.
No.
She's like, why'd you say that? I'd be like,
It's a joke.
it's a joke.
My
Why
wife is
would you say that?
big into dad jokes and all types of jokes.
She likes dad
And
jokes.
she loves dad jokes.
I try to work on those dad jokes from I usually pull those out when I'm in like social places where I don't know everybody.
I fucked everything up. When I first got into the restaurant and nightclub business, I should have wrote down every fucking joke I was ever told.
You should have. I tried my best to retain them, but it's rough.
Well, no, you know what? It didn't. You wrote them down, but we didn't. You know, but we would have. We'd have been fine.
The moment my wife told me she was
Destination,
pregnant, I started practicing, and I made all my coworkers pissed off.
Yeah.
Within like a month, because I'd walk over, just randomly talk about something that, whatever assignment or whatever task I'm thing. I'd be like, by the way, you know that Michael Jackson started a clothing brand before he died, right?
What's it
And they'd be
called?
like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, it's Billie Jeans, and I walk away.
Oh man,
Billy Jeans.
that is good.
That's
I
pretty
just walk
good.
away.
That's a pretty good one.
After I around the corner, I hear, God damn it!
Yeah. Tell you what, I had a guy. I had a guy even better. Now, what's this mean? Customer has inspected resident property and no damage.
Basically, before
wait,
you. That's fine. You're good with that. Particle board furniture manufacturing passport is designed to go into a box from the manufacturer, retailer, and customer business. Yeah, don't worry about that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then just go ahead and sign signature right there.
I've created a few. I don't know if I can.
Well, let me tell you something. I had a buddy of mine. He was bartend. I always bartended with me for years and years and years and years. He was a good old guy, and he was older than me. And tell you what, funny as shit. This guy, Big Dennis. I mean, he was big.
Yeah.
Not to him. And he said, he's a big dude. Anyway, so I used to get tickets for everything and anything. My first wife was the assistant editor-in-chief of the Washington Times. She was a big shot.
So you know.
Anything and everything. Anytime I had a ticket, I had the whole thing. I had that thing that you could go anywhere. Anywhere. I'm talking anywhere. So Dallas Cowboys come into Annapolis. I liked him. He liked him some more. And we wanted to go see Dallas Cowboys play the Redskins. So I told them, I said, guys, I got tickets first. You want to go? They said, yeah. So I drove up, picked up Big Dennis. And I said, you ready to go? He goes, yeah, man, let's go. Get on out of here. So he got in the car, and we drove over to pick up Harry. Harry's he's an older guy, but
I got a friend named Harry.
Yeah.
In the Air Force.
Yeah. So anyway, Harry goes, he goes, you want to? Yeah, man, I love to do that, man. But anyway, so he got in the car, comes out, gives his dog a pat on the back, gives his wife a kiss goodbye, gives his son a little peck, and he gets in the car, and closed the gate, front white gate, little white gate, and the little dogs jumping up and down.
Oh, he has like picket white fence.
He's got the picket white fence, the whole, he's the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
Right. So anyway, so jumps in, and we're driving that. We pull out of the driveway, going down the road. Big Dennis, Harry, God, I almost got married once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing there, fuck, I ain't biting this. That's a big dude.
Taking A.
Out there.
The enemy is attacking Alpha.
What? Again?
He goes,
This guy is what? There's just no way, bro. There's just no way. Oh,
she said to me. And then I'm like, who said fucking shit to this guy?
Yeah, what did she freaking say?
Right. So I looked at him, he looked at he goes, yes, I just never married a woman.
On that. Oh, again.
Yeah.
The fuck kind of room is he doing?
I told him to get the fuck out.
Almost got that. Not even. Can't be Wi-Fi.
That's more fun to me. You tell them like that. I mean, how can anybody? I mean, I was in tears. I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is a property damage
Yeah.
as far as the house. We were
Around slightly.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Matter of fact, you're a plus.
Let's go ahead and send right here for you.
Matter of fact, I'm take care of y'all. Anyway.
And then you'll get this
Yes, I
again
did.
at the end with the stuff, and it'll be basically everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's it?
Nope, just a couple more.
One more?
So 2 more, actually. So this is an inventory sheet.
You got it. Why do you want me to do this? Is that mirror still in there? Or did you put it? And then how do you fix that?
We're still going to do
Yeah,
the mirror. I already packed.
Good bounce,
From the
bro.
dresser. The mirror from the dresser? There's another mirror.
Yeah, add to it, man, because I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah. This shit, you got enough shit between what we just talked about today to last you a long ass time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, people think, and it's,
A large structure that builds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
kind of like how
built-
the Earth was formed.
Well,
In a sense. Like, I believe the center of the Earth is a star. And then that's how they got to the big. I was like, okay, I see how y'all got to the Big Bang Theory. Because like a meteor's within a mass movement with enough force of meteors surrounding the star quick enough that it can melt it, it would make an Earth, right? And then the star being at the middle, right? That fuels Earth, one. And then that heat on top of everything, all the other domino effects over time is what created life and species. So that's pretty much what most planets are.
well, think about it now. If there is the Milky Way, and there is, and the Milky Way has, he said it, but the Milky Way has, we're just one little piece of nothing in the Milky Way. When you think about it, think about the whole Milky Way. Now,
But you
most of the
yourself
stars,
is made up
listen,
of
if you go
millions.
outside at night, up in Maine. Go to Maine. Go to Maine. Go outside at night. There's no light pollution.
What?
There's no light pollution.
Where? Here?
No, in Maine.
In Maine. Oh, okay.
Okay, you go up to Maine.
Light
go
pollution
outside.
here is pretty bad.
Go out. There's a lot of light pollution here. There's none.
Sometimes it's here. It's like sometimes there's
Yep.
none, and
Yep.
sometimes there's
Depends
a lot.
on the clouds.
I'm just like, what are we doing
Yeah,
behind here?
well, here it is. See, but now check this out. Man. You have you have all the grid, but anyway. So at nighttime, you look up and look at all those stars. Most of those stars have already burned out.
Oh yeah, we just haven't seen it yet. I've heard that one too.
They're already gone, man.
Yeah, because they're older than a star is in
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing the ray of light coming.
Yeah,
Right.
you're seeing. You're talking.
That's like some of the best
billions.
athletes.
Huh?
Or that's like when it comes to like
Oh, that's why
strength,
it's not needed.
strength
Working on that.
strength training and like finding like if me and you are lined up on the line, the football line, if you're thinking you're just gonna crash into me and grab me, I'm gonna beat you if I'm thinking I'm gonna run straight through you.
Yeah.
Like it's just
It's a thought.
yeah, it's like the thought and the process because the light's happening, right?
Right.
So let's say us physically are us compound of light. Then the light of us, me going like this, that's happening. Now the little particles are already doing it. Now you stopped here, but my particles went through you, so I'm gonna overpower you unless you're just that much of a stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger.
Oh
force.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That helps me a lot when I was doing football.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, see,
And
you get
lifting
a good coach who knows a lot of shit like that. They can be so helpful to you. They can be
None of my coaches never said something like that. Oh, they said like, yeah, you have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they knew exactly what they meant when
Well,
they said
you know what? Well, no. When they always they say man. Like when I played baseball.
Yeah.
Man, if you smoke cigarettes, you'll die. You know, and the thing is, I believed him. I had no reason not to.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you know.
Do you know like some black magic? If you accept the apocalypse, you're more likely to be stronger and live longer because you also unconsciously accept apoptosis.
Yeah.
Apoptosis, apocalypse, those cells that are failing, dying, not being good enough for the rest of your body. This is why some people get the God complex and universal complex. Those cells, we gotta knock those cells off.
Yeah.
Now, people get sick when they say like, one, lack of knowledge, you're kind of stuck to your outside forces.
Yeah.
You won't do the apoptosis. You won't get rid of those cells. You don't excrete often. You don't breathe carefully, so you're keeping waste, and you get sick.
I'm taking some of this stuff out.
We started moving them? Okay.
Yeah.
Golly, that's one.
But yeah, as far as your thing, like, why haven't they come? Like, if aliens exist, why haven't they come?
Look up the dark force theory.
Dark force theory.
Dark force theory.
When I started getting into meditation, it felt like I was talking to aliens. But then my mom taught me about the Willie Lynch thing and how they would play, how they have records constantly playing. For like when people who like wake up and get super spiritually strong, or like ambitious people, and they messes up your mentality. So it's like there's always a force out there depressing you or like holding you back.
Well, the dark force theory has to deal with, like, you're a hunter in a forest at night.
Yeah.
So the only thing you have is a bonfire. Around, yeah, you're a hunter.
That's right. I'm vlogging too.
The bonfire.
Yeah.
You're a race on a planet. The theory is you can't see the wolves and the other hunters around you, and they're not going to approach you because of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because every alien race is xenophobic, and that, like with humans, shoot first, ask questions later.
Okay.
So either they're all stalking and walking. I'm going to go with it.
Okay.
They're all stalking and waiting, or the forest to be completely dead because everyone wiped themselves out.
Run that back. Wait.
Here,
so
let me look it up. Let me double check if I'm wording this correct.
you had me. for a moment there.
Hey Google, can you tell me about the dark forest theory?
Dark forest, like nothing.
It's a film concept that attempts to explain the Fermi paradox. Alright, so is that what I was telling you about the Fermi paradox?
Yeah.
The apparent contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the lack of evidence. The core idea is, the universe is a vast and dark forest. Every civilization is a lone hunter trying to survive.
Every simulation.
Every civilization.
Okay. Yeah.
The moment a
Oh,
civilization reveals itself, it becomes a target for others. To ensure survival, civilizations remain silent and hidden.
Like people who are scared of the camera.
Yep.
And some people don't like being on camera because they're part of like a hive mind or collective consciousness.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hear you, I get you, but you're not the only one, and not everyone knows that, so it's totally understandable.